Hi, my name is Chris, Campus President at InterCoast Colleges, West Covina, and the Online Division. Thank you so much for checking out our school. I hope you enjoy your tour.
This is where the students that are going to be starting school, let's say on Monday, will gather here. We usually do our orientation on Thursdays, so they would be here, get all the information about the school, what expectations, pretty much introduction, dress code. We'll get their photo ID, and of course their uniforms as well. And any tips that we have, we can give to them as well. This is our computer lab. This is where the students can come in here and do their research. Okay, if they want to go ahead and build a resume, do a portfolio, anything like that, they're allowed to use this computer lab. As long as the school's open, they're able to come in here and do, their homework here if they like to, any research. We also test in here for their EPA certifications. The universal certification, we'll do it here as well. And right this way is our electrical lab. Well, actually to the left, over here as soon as you pass this door right here, to the left, this is the toolkit that we give the students. Okay, which they'll receive right after their ATP classes. They'll come and see me and I'll go ahead and give them their tools, so that way when they go out there, they're not empty-handed. So all the basics tools for the electrical field. And then to your right over here will be the tools for your HVAC class. So they'll get their meters, their gauges, and so on. So once again, they don't go out into the field empty-handed either. Alrighty, and right through here, this is our ATP class, the All Trades Professions. This is where the students go ahead and start learning the basics of electricity. You will have HVAC students and electrical students both in the class together for the first 15 weeks with Mr. Macias, where he's going to go ahead and help them out with the basics of electricity, learning about two-way, three-way, four-way switches, sensors. They're going to be working with a little bit of motor control. So just the basics of electricity, a little bit of conduit bending, of course, running wire and so on. So all the basics of electricity in the first 15 weeks, because that's what helps these HVAC guys run their units. This is like a small house. It's a residential part of the electrical program. It's broken down to maybe like a short, small house. So you'll have 1, 2, 3 bedrooms. You have a kitchen over here, but these students have to wire the whole house up. They'll take it down. The students should be able to learn how to wire a house after they're all completed with the program. So they go ahead and set it up and they bring it back down. In the next class, we'll do the same thing. And they practice, of course, all the LED lights, traditional lighting. Those are some of the projects that the students are working on. So they're practicing a lot of conduit bending, a lot of pipe bending. So they'll learn about doing different types of saddles, which will be a 3-point or 4-point saddles, different types of offsets. So practicing, running wire, fishing, all that. So it's a lot of information. And over there to the left, that'll be more like in a commercial setting. So students will learn how to work with sheet metal, how to run flex through there, okay? Learning about LED lights, traditional lights, and so on. So I'm learning how to put the boxes together. And these are all the basics, just, the junction boxes, your different types of receptacle boxes. There's also electrical junction boxes. There's different types of conduit, flex. Of course, you have all your different types of circuit breakers, fuses, different types of wiring for different types of voltages and so on. Here's all about different types of fuses, okay, whether it be push button fuses, motor control, okay, a lot of different types of contactors that they work with. So the students learn how to set up the timers so the motors don't all turn on at the same time. So over here, like say the students, if they have, want to learn about how to set up the crosswalks or any other type of stop signs and so on, stop lights. Right there will be motor control, learning how to run the flex. Still working with a lot of motors. So over here is a lot of, how should I say, if the student is working at an industrial setting where there's surveyor belts, elevators, there might be, roller coasters, whatever a motor runs. This is what the students are going to basically understand how to work with. And up here we have all the conduits. So different types of bends that they have to do, different types of kicks, compounds with kicks. There's also going to be parallel offsets. They're going to work with 3-point saddles, 4-point saddles. So they're all here and they practice a lot of conduit bending, so much conduit bending. We go to about 2,500 feet of conduit every single month. As you can see, it's all here stacked up like OSHA requires. So this is the electrical training class. Once the students finish their ATP classes, the first 15 weeks of the classes, then they all will gather on this side over here with Mr. Terry Carver, where they're going to start going now into their core classes. So this will be all core. Okay, so the remaining of the time that they're here, they'll be with Mr. Carver.
As we continue to move here into the campus, you'll see our heating, venting, and air conditioning lab. Starting off with our oxygen, nitrogen, and acetylene torches that we use for our soldering and brazing. Harnessed correctly to the wall according to all the EPA requirements. Our trainers are an opportunity for students to work on HVAC systems minus the system, just the components inside it, like the refrigerator evaporators, the coils, the condensers, the receivers, and do some practice on soldering and ventilation. As you continue to walk down the lab, you'll see various units that we work on servicing and repairing, troubleshooting, putting together and taking apart, as well as our own HVAC system that our students built. That's a walk-in cooler, has a temperature gauge, and actual airflow coming through from the ceiling.
And this is the drug and alcohol classroom. Okay, this is where the students are doing all their pretty much theories. They gather together where they go ahead and do some mock interviews. They do groups. Of course, they study the traditional steps, the 12 steps as well. So they go out through the whole course, so that way when they're done, they'll be registered. They'll have the RAT-T certifications. And once they get the RAT-T, they need their hours so they can go ahead and be certified. Okay, be certified through the state. They'll go through CCAP.
InterCoast Colleges thanks you for taking the online tour, and we look forward to helping you with your new journey in life.